called The Power of Broke by Damon John. I started hearing about this book and an interview with Damon John that he was doing on a podcast. Usually, before I work out, I always listen to podcasts. And in this particular podcast, Damon John was just talking about his new book. And something interesting is that he had a lot of stories of maybe pretty much every successful entrepreneur. And he had a handful of them in this book. And it talked about the initial stages of a company and the struggles that they went through. And, now you see where they're at now. And when you read their struggles, you relate to that. So I started reading the book. I purchased it. I started reading it. And it really details how, I guess, you hear so much of hedge funds and venture capitalists. So the perception is that when you start a business, you start asking for money, investors, and you start to, you get into that mindset that in order to reach that level of success, you need to invest money. But you do at some point, but at the ground roots level, the organic way of building it, that really sets the pace for how successful your company is going to be. So when you have no money, which all of these successful entrepreneurs didn't have, you start looking for resources. But now you start doing a type of hustle in your business that you would probably not do if you had money in your bank account for your company. Now you start looking for resources, what you could utilize for free, but you start putting a lot more time into it. So that sets the pace to have a foundation based off, genuine integrity, just being really grounded in what you're actually doing versus being persuaded by an investor or being persuaded by where you think your company is gonna be with that money. When you have no money, you have a different type of focus. And I really relate to that because I've been in both shoes, and I can honestly say that the time when you really don't have anything, you have more to gain than to lose. And that's why I really recommend that book.